Hi, and welcome to the Tortoise versus the Dragon, where I, Jared McCurran, face my fears in order to change and to grow so that I might become a better person. Today's challenge, ice. Ice, ice, baby. Woo! So Tortoise versus the Dragon is a test name. Kind of see how I like it. I might change my YouTube channel from Tortoise Diaries to Tortoise versus the Dragon, or at least have it included somehow. I believe that if I set up my platform correctly, I might be able to gather a large enough audience to support my family through advertising. Obviously, many people have done it before me, and there are ways to do it effectively, which I'm gonna, learn. But this would free me up. I wouldn't need much either, not really. Just enough. I don't want millions. I can make millions when I make money, other ways. Anyways. It'd be nice to have that freedom. And then massage therapy, I could bring that anywhere. And do well with it. It's needed throughout the world. I feel like this would be a good combo. And in 10 years, 2029, my family and I are going on a worldwide trip where we get to travel everywhere for a year. The boys are really fascinated with lots of different places. They're already kind of excited about it. We have to do our best every day, year after year, at whatever we're doing in order to make that happen. But I mean, it's kind of a cool goal to shoot for. To travel all the places you've wanted to travel. Congo is one of my sons. He wants to visit the Congo, my oldest. Jay, we'll call him. I don't think I've said his name on here yet. Alright. That's enough of that talking nonsense. Oh, goodness. Oh, that felt better. My apologies. And so what I'm thinking about doing is making this an education platform. I read these Blinkists every day. They're getting real popular. Tom Bilyeu talks about them. Other people have been sharing, saying, hey, you should read these Blinkists. I love the program. I've been using it for about a year maybe, a little over a year. I've read 172 Blinks, or like 176. Which isn't that many considering I had it for a year, but I mean, it's quite a few, and they've all been quite interesting. And what I'd like to do is do a short summary where I read it and take notes on the highlights and then set that up and then run through it real quick and kind of summarize the summary. That way I can share something useful as part of this dunking process. And I want to separate each of the dunkings. I do 3 to 4 dunkings, so if I separate them, where one dunking is for motivational talking, because I do enjoy that. And it is, I mean, sometimes people need a good motivational kick in the ass. And then they'll be titled as such. And then break them up, like I'll do the first dunk and then the second dunk. And one of those will be for me to just talk about what's going on in my life and to share how things are going. And like, excuse me. I also enjoy singing quite immensely. And I have been practicing quite a few songs for like 3 years now. And I've been doing vocal training from some YouTube videos, which were incredibly helpful. And so I'd like to sing some songs occasionally. I want to learn all of the Christmas carols so that me and my family can go around and share the beauty and love of Christmas with our neighbors. We live out in the country and I don't hardly know any of my neighbors. I'd like to get to know them. I'd like to get to know them this Christmas with Christmas carols. I think that'd be wonderful. Maybe like some brownies. My wife makes some pretty amazing gluten-free brownies. Got a little bit of sugar in it, but they're delicious, you know. Man, this cold water really, really helps you focus. So anyway, I got a lot of things stewing around in my head. And I want to clarify them and put them into focus and share them with the world as best as I can. And hopefully they're useful, the things in my head, the things that I've learned. And hopefully with the knowledge that I can impart from what I've gathered, my unique insight into the world, my personality, who I am, might light a fire in others to change themselves for the better. I lived a pretty miserable life. Not in the sense that I was in poverty or had it hard, no. I had it pretty easy. Because I took it pretty easy. I didn't try hard for anything, not even when I was in the Marines. I was a wretch. Shame on me. I did not have a hard life because I did not push myself. And so I did not go as far as I could have. I was afraid of a great many things. And that fear, I let it bind me and hold me, keeping me back from the things that I should have chased after. I ran and hid like a little baby, scared of my own shadow. Shameful. It was shameful. So, I was at the extreme of laziness and procrastination. I would work hard when I wanted to. And sometimes I might even do good work, but I was always subpar. I was a good truck driver. No, I wasn't. I was a shitty truck driver. I'm a good driver now, but I was a shitty driver then. Didn't pay quite enough attention to the road. I never got into any accidents except for it was 3 months in, middle of the night. I was in the big parking lot, wasn't used to driving, and took a corner too sharp and knocked a lightning pole or a telephone pole over. Fell on someone's car. I did not like that experience at all. I never got into an accident after that. I had some close calls that shouldn't have been, because I wasn't paying attention like I should have been, but never any accidents. So, hey, pat on the back. I take driving way more seriously now than I did then. And I also drive a lot slower. I think that's interesting. That's a huge change. But that's kind of part of the tortoise, which is I've been incorporating into my life. Because it just makes sense to me. And maybe I'll go into an in-depth part and explain why I like the tortoise as a mascot. if anyone wants to hear. Also, I need feedback. Anyone who watches me, I'd love to hear your comments. If you actually get all the way through, these are going to be, I'm going to be studying. I've decided to spend the first 2 hours of my morning, so I'm going to wake up at 4 or 3:45 or 3:30 or maybe just when I get out of bed as early as possible. We'll see. 4. I want to get up by 4. I'd like to get up by 4. And I may dunk my head in here just to kind of wake myself up but not record it. But I want to study for 2 hours. And the studying will be part studying for my future in order to prepare myself, but also studying for this, so that what I have to say is useful in some way to my audience, and my audience can, I want to be able to interact with y'all. You tell me how to improve, how to make this better. My brother said that before I was just dunking my head in and you couldn't even see it. It was right at the very end. And he said, you show it on here. It's like, well, all right, that makes sense. So now I've got it set up where you can see me at an angle and you can see my head in there. And sooner or later, as life progresses and I make sufficient amount of money where I can take care of my family properly and actually put groceries on the table properly, I would like to get a bigger ice chest so I can put more of myself in, like get half my back in here, just because it would be better for me. And then actually like lay in this thing, because that, like, my back actually needs that. I probably should like get in it, but first more often. Anyways, I'm gonna go back under, and then I'm gonna go to bed because it is nautical sunset, I believe. It's pretty much dark outside, which is like, I think it was 9:37, and it was 9:28 when I started this, so it's past dark, past sunset. I want to go to bed by sunset for lots of, good, healthy reasons, seasonal living. So anyway, it's probably like 9:45 now, whatever. And I still gotta edit this video and throw it online. Maybe not edit, I don't edit. But I will be editing soon. But I'm not gonna edit this tonight, it's too late. I did it too late. I need to do this at like 6. Anyways, here we go, one more time. Get my body temperature down so I sleep better. Nah. Oh. For the love of mother. All right. All right, so if you watch this, please let me know what you think. I'm kind of just going by my gut, going by what I think might be the best thing to do. But if you got any advice, I'd love to hear it. Otherwise, y'all have a wonderful evening. Probably ought to go to bed, and may you sleep peacefully and well, and if you're lucky, you get healing sleep. God bless.